Alright, how's everybody doing? Just want to make a quick video. Wanted to show the cold steel sub-hilt knives that I have. Should be a pretty quick video. I only have 3 of them, but I really like the 3 that I have a lot. And I also wanted to take this time and give a couple shout outs. I got 3 guys here that I want to shout out, so if you guys would please go and check them out. Their channels, obviously, like I always do, link them in the description. The first channel shout out is going to be for Donavan Tew. He's got an awesome channel. He's got an awesome collection. Very knowledgeable guy. I've been watching a ton of his videos lately, and Donovan's also been showing me a tremendous amount of support. So thank you, Donavan. I really do appreciate that. I appreciate everybody that's been showing me support over the past few videos that I've been posting and putting out. It's very humbling, and again, I really do appreciate it, so thank you guys. The second shout out is actually for Wyatt Hines. Wyatt Hines is a custom knife maker, and I believe the video below that I'm going to link is for Donovan's video is actually the Mac VSOG knife that Wyatt Hines custom made for Donavan. Oh my god, that thing is beautiful. So Wyatt Hines is a guy that's pretty popular in our community here, but just in case there's a few people out there that aren't familiar with Wyatt or his work, I want to make sure to get some exposure on the beautiful work that he does do. So again, my second shout out is going to be for Wyatt Hines. And my third shout out is to another guy who's been showing an awesome and incredible amount of support to me the past few days. That's going to be the Bowieman. So again, all 3 of these guys will be linked in the description. And please go check them out. Again, they have awesome content, and they really do support the community and show a ton of support. I always see these guys interacting with everybody in the community, and that's what we want to do here. We want to build a strong knife community. I know that's originated with Scab over at Choir Boys Cutlery, but I don't think he'll mind if I run with that concept and hashtag building a strong knife community. Another very, very, very important hashtag that a lot of guys, Donavan, I always hear him talk about it. Scab, I always hear him talk about it. The Shredder, Donnie B, Captain Electro, everybody is hashtag 22 a day. For those who aren't familiar with what that means, what the significance of 22 a day is, well, 22 veterans in this country every day, on average, every day take their own lives. And something that I always hear Scab say, and a bunch of the guys here in the community, is we want to bring awareness to that number. We want to bring that number to the light, not to shame anybody, not to try and put ourselves in their shoes and try to act like we know what they're feeling, because most of us don't. But what we want to do is show them, let them know that they have a place here in this community, that there are people here that love them, that care about them, and that want the best for them, and also want them to seek professional help if that's what they need. And there's never any shame in asking for help. Asking for help is always a hard thing to do, no matter what the situation, whether it's help with your mental health, whether it's help with some guidance that you might need. Hell, I mean, some guys are probably so prideful that if they got a flat on the side of the road, realized they didn't have their jack, or didn't have a spare with them or something, maybe they wouldn't even want to ask for help. But that becomes, a pride thing. So it's never, ever, 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 it's never weak or looked at as a weakness to just ask for help. So vets, if anybody out there does need help, just know we're here to support you. We got your back because you had our back. You fought for our freedoms. And there is nothing that we could ever do or say to repay that. But vets, if you are struggling, please reach out to someone. Get along someone that can help you, because you're loved and you're needed. And we appreciate your service. So, getting on to my sub-hilt collection here. First up, the one that's been in front of you for almost 5 minutes now, is the Cold Steel OSS. There are two versions of this knife technically. This is the OSS. There's also an OSI. The OSS is the double edge version, but they're pretty much both identical, other than one being a single edge, one being a double edge. The OSS, as I mentioned, is the double edge version, and then the OSI is the single edge version. The difference being the OSS has an edge and a grind on both sides. The OSI just has a spine, so it's only sharp on the one side. This knife here, just got a couple of quick specs for you guys. So the OSS has got an 8 1/4 inch blade. It's about 12 3/4 overall, and the steel on this is OS 8. Love it. It's an awesome little light knife. It's something else I just want to talk about real quick is, most of my videos have been in this up and down format here, kind of not the typical way a video would be filmed, because I'm just filming these off of my phone. My wife and I have 3 kids, plus a dog who we treat like a human child, so technically 4 kids, and any chance I get to just sneak off real quick and film a video, that way I'm continuing to put out some content, I try to do that. And I don't want to say that I'm just whipping these things together, but that kind of is what I'm doing here. I just get a couple minutes to get off by myself when things quiet down a little, and I just film some videos and talk to you guys because I like it. It's fun. It helps me, and I like interacting with everybody, and I like showing off the awesome collection that I've been blessed to collect over the few years that I've been collecting. So this is a passion of mine. I love knives, swords. I don't own any swords, but I love swords. I love axes and all kinds of gear related stuff, flashlights and bows and guns and tents and tarps and everything, all kind of survival stuff. Anything with a blade, with a purpose, in the outdoors or survival or anything like that, I'm all about it. So but I say that to say this: I recently picked up a cheap tripod from Walmart, so I want to maybe not my next video, but hopefully maybe 2 videos from now, because again, I do want to be able to just keep putting out some videos. Should be the proper format for a video, and I should be able to have both my hands free and maybe even be able to be in the video. But doing these shoutouts tonight was really important. I wanted to get them out as quickly as I could, get some exposure for these guys' awesome channels. And I didn't want the tripod and me messing with that and my phone and taking my case off and all that other stuff to hinder that. So just, if you guys could, please just bear with me. A couple more videos, I should have things more smoothed out. So on to the next knife, the Cold Steel Marauder. This is it's not thickest fixed blade, but that's a pretty thick knife there. That's a mean Bowie knife. I really, really like this knife a lot. This was actually my first cold steel sub hilt that I got, and I never knew how much I would really like or know the purpose of a sub hilt until I put my hand on one of these. So the Marauder here is a 9-inch blade. It's about 14 1/4 overall, and the Marauder is also OS 8. Great steel. That's a whole lot of OS 8 too. Never had a problem with cold steel OS 8. I have a ton of cold steels in OS 8, and I've never had an issue with any of them. Last but certainly not least, this one's kind of a cold steel OG, if you will. It's been around for a pretty long time. Unfortunately, it's no longer made. It's been long discontinued, but I saved it for last because it's the favorite of my sub hilts. Some of you may know it. This is the Cold Steel Boar Hunter. I absolutely love this knife. It kind of reminds me of a fixed blade, bigger version of the Cold Steel Frenzy. And I know that I saw a video one time, Lynn, discussing the purpose of the shape on the Frenzy, and it would make sense. He said that the shape of the Frenzy is usually used in wet markets to dispatch pigs. And this knife happens to be named the Boar Hunter, and it has a very similar shape to the Cold Steel Frenzy. So I could definitely see why this is called the Boar Hunter. This thing is so light and nimble in the hand. I could see why. For those of you that don't know, we pretty much don't have much wildlife here in Hawaii, especially not on Oahu. We do have a ton of wild boar though. A few years ago, I used to go hiking pretty frequently, and this is the only knife I would trust to be out there if I suddenly came across something that was, you know, if it was going to be me going home or a boar going home, definitely would put my money on the Boar Hunter. And the Boar Hunter is me. And this right here. So the Boar Hunter is about 8 3/4 overall. I'm sorry, 8 3/4 inch blade. It's about 13 7/8 overall, and this too is in Aus 8. So guys, there's my Cold Steel sub hilt knives. I only own 3. I do plan on picking up maybe one day eventually the Black Bear Classic. I think that's like the pinnacle of Cold Steel sub hilts. I definitely will at some point be getting the fully serrated version of the Marauder. I know they recently released a stonewashed version of the plain edge Marauder. I have this one, so unless something happens with this one for some reason, or I don't know, I just end up wanting that for some reason, which I don't think I will because I have this one. Probably won't be picking up the stone wash version of it, but definitely the fully serrated version. And I also plan eventually on picking up the OSI version of this. And then the Boar Hunter, this one's pretty rare. I hardly ever see these. Occasionally I'll see them pop up on eBay, not even in perfect condition. I mean, this one's perfect condition. And the ones on eBay are, you know, pretty rough. There's either something wrong with the sheath, they don't have the sheath at all, or the blade is, you know, pretty rough and scratched and stuff. I think the cheapest I've ever seen them for was like $175. Yeah, I won't be picking up another Boar Hunter unless I can get one for a good price. I wish Cold Steel would bring this back. I know that they renamed it the Boar Collector and then discontinued it, but you know, even if it was in Aus 8 again, or even in their 4116 or their 4034, or you know, whatever steel, I think this knife needs a re-release because this thing is awesome and more people need to experience the Boar Hunter. It's such a cool knife. Such a cool knife. But guys, again, please go and check out Donavan Tew, Wyatt Hines, and the Bowieman. Also, don't forget, there's a Discord server that everybody's in. It's the Choir Boys Cutlery Discord server. I believe Gruggs, over on his channel, he has links to it in his videos. I'm pretty 99.9% positive that Choir Boys Cutlery Scab has a link somewhere for the Discord server. So all content creators, knife enthusiasts, everybody that, you know, they're welcome. Come on by. I don't use it that often because I'm still, you know, kind of learning and navigating, but I do check in there every now and then and see a lot of cool pictures and a lot of awesome conversations and stuff. So it's a pretty cool thing. I really do want to learn how to use it more and be more active on there because I don't have any other social medias. So thank you guys once again. I'm going to try and get another video out tomorrow, maybe even 2. We'll see what happens. But you guys enjoy your weekend. Everybody be well. Take care of each other. Aloha.